CGS and went right into CGSS.
Hmm.
Also, his last race, he was very stubborn and he attempted CE skip way too many times without getting it and lost a lot of time in City Escape. And they're off, and it looks like the run's almost in sync already, so we might not even be seeing a large pause.
It's nice when things just work out right off the bat.
Ooh, Piner bumps the corner there. That's going to cost him some time. It looks like he might have lost about a second from that.
Still early on, though. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So here we are coming up to CE skip, and let's see what happens.
Viblosh is off.
Viblosh got a good jump. Oh, he got it.
And
oh,
also
both runners
we
got
have
it.
2 CE skips in a race. That's really cool.
Have we even gotten
Have we seen that yet?
I don't think any of the runners have gotten CE skip yet.
I have.
Oh, you did?
We've
Yes,
seen
you did.
CE skips. But I don't think we've seen both people in the race get it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Viblosh has a
like
much cleaner rail section, so he enters the truck section first. Piner seems struggling here, accidentally does a somersault jump there. Viblosh is also flying off a lot of the hills.
Piner ended up struggling just a little bit with the rail section due to the bad camera, but so that'll end up costing some time.
With a 130. 130 is pretty good. That's a respectable time. Piner
was
with
a
a
very good time.
135, so Viblosh is almost 5 seconds ahead right off the start.
Just made it.
But yeah, this is an exciting race already. They both got CE skip. That's really, really cool to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've ever seen a race where 2 people got CE skip.
Not sure. Most of the time whenever I've been in big races, there's only been one person.
Yeah, it's not uncommon to see one person get it and the other not get it. So it looks like Viblosh is having a clean Bigfoot fight. Piner's losing a bit of time on the hits here, but yeah, a 21.82 is a very good time. You can get as low as a 21.39. 22.79 on Piner, so he lost another second there.
But even then, still a very average time for the boss fight.
Double containers is a fairly good piece to get. It can be paired with other pieces that are really good, but you can still... It can swing... Okay, near the 6 pillars. This can be in 4 different places. He got it immediately.
Let's see. Piner just went for that hitless. No? He got a free piece. Never mind.
Oh yeah, he got a piece out of order.
Mm-hmm.
That's lucky. So Piner pulls way ahead. It seems like Viblosh doesn't know where this piece is. He's struggling to even find it. That's a shame. So Piner pulls ahead by quite a lot. Viblosh with the 47. He must have forgotten one of the piece locations. That's a pretty big, costly mistake on his part.
Okay, so here we are with the second boss fight of the race with Eggman, which is basically just point forward and hit X, and there's a couple things that Eggman's AI might try and do to mess you up a little bit, but overall it's a pretty simple fight.
Yeah, it's very common to just see anywhere between 12 and 14 seconds here. Looks like they're both gonna get 12s. Oh no, Viblosh got a 13. But yeah, they both got fairly clean Eggman 1 fights. Very simple boss fight.
So Piner's entering, well, Viblosh right now is entering into Tails' first stage. What you're going to end up seeing both runners do is jumping around corners. What that's going to help out with is to try and keep their momentum, because whenever you try and take a sharp corner, Tails ends up losing a lot of speed. And while we do lose a little bit of speed while jumping, it's not a complete dead stop like it is with just turning normally.
So Piner ended up missing the first gate hop. That's going to cost him a couple of seconds. Might allow Viblosh a chance to catch up. And Viblosh also misses the gate hop. Both of them missed it.
Seems they're just trying to keep an even playing field for each other.
Yeah, this is definitely much closer than I expected. This stage is actually quite technical. A lot of people consider it to be the most technical Tails stage in terms of saving all of the possible time you can. Because there's just a lot of very small things that add up. Like, you'll see Piner try to get a lock-on. He didn't get the early lock-on to an enemy there. You can lock on to that enemy very early, and it saves a lot of time. He'll shoot an enemy through the ceiling here. Oh, he missed both gate hops.
Let's see how Viblosh does with it.
Viblosh gets the second gate hop. So it looks like Piner got a 148. I know that's fairly shaky for him. Missing both gate hops certainly costs a lot of time. Viblosh with a 142. So Viblosh is going to be taking... Yeah, Viblosh will be taking some time back. It's a bit closer now. I suspect Viblosh will be using a bit more dangerous strategies in Middle Harbor, whereas Piner's going to play it a little bit safer, taking an overloop instead of the underloop.
Yeah, this stage ends up being very dangerous for Sonic, because when doing all these tight jumps, it's very easy to just fall into the water, which just takes an instant death. Very easy to lose a lot of time and just miss a little bit on the jump. You
saw Piner just get a 21 upgrade, and Viblosh almost got an 18, but he ended up with a 20 because he missed it. So yeah, he certainly plays it a little bit more risky and saves a lot of time there. He might also go for pulley skip. Viblosh is probably going to attempt pulley skip. Well, no, he's not. He's playing it safe here. Pulley skip can save about 2 seconds. However, it's very scary. Ooh,
trying to play
Piner
with
the orbits. Oh, that's very scary when it happens, and it wastes quite a bit of time.
It's one of the lovely things about the homing attack.
Viblosh gets a cleaner rocket skip, so he's saving even more time. Wow, I need to drink some water.
So see, they just got one more loop skip to go through, and see how it goes.
Piner plays it very safe at that loop. Viblosh a bit more risky, but still relatively safe. Piner with a 129, Viblosh with a 124. So Viblosh did save some time over Piner there, just from playing more optimally. His start of that Metal Harbor was extremely good until he missed the upgrade. That could have been an 18 upgrade, and 18 upgrades are extremely impressive.
Now we're in for the infamous Faker cutscene, which sadly we can't just skip by, so I think almost every SA2 runner has this committed to memory.
Yeah, I suspect both runners here are going to use the fairly standard run towards him and use storage to hurt him. Storage is essentially when you start holding the B button, you have the somersault hitbox for a certain amount of time, and you can deal damage and walk under certain things before you start charging a spin dash. And it looks like Viblosh gets a very clean fight and pulls into the lead, while Piner's really struggling with this. Gets a 20. So Piner lost about 9 seconds there.
He ended up using a homing attack strat, and it didn't work out in his favor.
Yeah, he also got some hard AI to work with. So we're entering Green Forest. This is a very technical Sonic mission. There's a lot of hills that you can easily just fly off of. It can be hard to stick to the ground. Viblosh might attempt the Green Forest wall run. I suspect he will. I don't know if Piner will go for it. I suspect not.
I believe Piner goes for it as well.
I know he knows it. I don't know if he goes for it consistently and runs. We'll see.
Fair. It's really interesting how they're this close together just already, like, just staying this close so far into the race.
Oh, yeah. See, Piner flies off of that hill there. It's very easy to do something like that. He doesn't get a very good loop skip there, so he has to save himself and just not die.
Good recovery, though.
Okay, so Viblosh is coming up to where he might attempt the wall run.
Grabbing the checkpoint.
He's definitely going for it.
Yep.
And he gets the loop speed, so that's a pretty good chance of getting Moonshot. Oh, he goes
looks
for...
Like
wow, Viblosh just went for TAS wall run, and it looks like he got it.
Looks like Piner's going to try and stay safe with this.
Yeah, Piner is not taking an attempt at wall run. Was that a TAS wall run? I didn't see a spin dash. He did jump off early. That was a very fast wall run. I know that for certain. We see a bungee skip from Piner. That's fairly standard. Gets a nice homing attack into the ground to gain more speed. Doesn't opt for the loop speed at the end. He could have made that, probably. But it is scary to go for that sometimes. Yeah. It doesn't save all too much time. So he's just going to play it safe.
It's very easy to do a homing attack at the loop speed and then just send you straight into the water rather than actually clipping you back into the level and sticking to the ground.
Oh, who's the favorite? Currently, Viblosh would be the favorite to win this.
No problem.
Although it could swing either way. Viblosh is very out of practice, so we could. He's sort of going in the wrong direction for this first piece. It looks like Viblosh this run is very rusty at Knuckles. He's made a couple of mistakes now. Gets Sleep Behind a Pumpkin. That's a very excellent second piece. Very quick to get to.
See what Piner ends up with.
A three-face ghost on Church.
Yep.
And it looks like Viblosh had extremely solid RNG, although he's digging into the wrong spot. He definitely had in the center of a triangle and went for Three Brothers Tombstone instead. Gets a 43. He could have had a low 30 with that RNG, although he kind of was rusty and made some mistakes.
43 still a pretty decent time to end up with.
Oh yeah, that's still about average, although with that RNG he could have had a low 30, which would have been extremely good. Looks like Piner's going to be getting... He also gets the center of... Piner makes the same mistake, digging for Three Brothers Tombstone instead of in the center of a triangle. They both made the same mistake there, costing them quite a bit of time. He gets a 52. So Viblosh is now in Mission Street. He's going to be going for something called Zero Cycle, which he'll need to have a nice pause hover onto this white here.
Yeah, the upgrade that he just picked up would allow him to do a hover to extend your jumps. And what we can do is, for pause hovering, we can hit A, pause, and then immediately unpause and hit A again, which would just make it so the A inputs are basically only like a frame apart, depending on how well you can do it. And it actually makes you jump higher than normally intended.
Yes, you can go a lot higher, get to a lot of places you normally wouldn't be able to reach. So Viblosh is definitely on pace for the Zero Cycle. If he can get a very clean run up until this... Oh, that might cost him the cycle. He just missed the cage jump. He might end up having to go for the half cycle instead, which is 8 seconds slower, but we'll see. I believe Piner also got the weight hop.
That he did.
Weight hopper, yes. So he's also on pace for Zero Cycle. And Viblosh is definitely going for Zero Cycle, it seems. No, he's opting out. He's opting out, taking the half cycle, playing it safe.
Might have been able to make it, but definitely a good idea to play it safe.
Piner definitely lost a little bit of time to movement here, but oh, that jump seemed like a mistake. He must have accidentally pressed the A button. That's going to cost him a couple of tenths, which he might need.
Yeah, it's scary how tight going for zero cycle can be.
Ooh,
Oh, walk of shame.
He hesitates there and ends up getting the walk of shame. That's unfortunate. That's going to cost him a lot of time. He might end up with a second cycle or a 1.5 cycle, depending. And it looks like it might end up being a second. Yeah, he'll go for the second cycle. Viblosh with a 217 with half cycle. Oh yeah, definitely press F. It's a horrible feeling to get walk of shame. You pretty much instantly lose about a cycle and a half to walk of shame. And we use the half cycles are the front platforms, whereas the even integers are the platform in the back. Okay, so Viblosh gets Ghost Pulley. That's an extremely... Well, that's a pretty good first piece. Right in a very easy spot to get. Minecart dumping area. Ooh, that is a painful piece. Perhaps the worst second... Definitely the worst second piece in this stage. I don't know what he's doing right now. He doesn't seem to know what he's doing right now. He's lost. There is a way to clip into this room and then clip back out of that room, if you get it. I don't think he's aware of it, though. So he's going to be hitting the switch 2. Ooh, switch 1. I believe he needs switch 2. Well, switch 1 will work. He's going back to switch 2.
Oh, Piner got a free piece.
So Piner got a free piece in the top area. Something other than a minecart, a really quick piece to get right there.
Looks like Viblosh is just going to reset.
Jail window. Well, it seems like Piner got extremely lucky with that RNG. Very, very good RNG for Piner. He's failing the wall run, though. He might as well just climb up. Ooh, he's taking the spring. That's going to cost some time there. Viblosh finally gets his first piece after resetting. Jail window. Jail window is usually just a very nice piece to get. Also failing the wall run. Yeah, Viblosh is throwing a lot of time to Knuckles. That's definitely his biggest weak point at the moment, is his rust has definitely built up for Knuckles. Gets Path to the Abyss. He's going to need to clip out of bounds to grab this quickly. And he gets that. That's a fairly simple out of bounds. So yeah, this definitely just swung right around. This run just swung right back around, and it seems like Piner is saving a lot of time in Knuckles over Viblosh. Piner's got some Eurobeat playing during this stage.
Gotta have some fun with the custom music every now and then.
Yeah. I believe this is Gas, Gas, Gas. So yeah, doing this continuous drifting, we call it snaking, this raises your speed cap, which allows you to just keep full boost speed throughout the entire run. You will still lose some speed every time you go up a hill, and you'll lose a lot of speed if you hit a car, and a small amount of speed every time you touch a wall. You can also spin out, which loses a great deal of speed.
Yeah, and it gets pretty important to try and keep a consistent time with what you're familiar with and practice, because the cars are always going to be in the same spot time-wise, so if you're falling behind, then you might have to deal with a different car layout, and that could even mess you up further.
That is true. It's also, that's a good way to check what type of pace you're on, is to just look at all the cars that you're passing, because they are always going to be the same. There's a sharp turn here. He's going to need to either release or wallbang. He gets a wallbang there. I didn't catch... I think Viblosh must have missed a boost. A very important boost. So that's going to lose him a little bit of time there. Maybe a second or two.
Yeah, but he's not that far behind just by looking at lap 2 times.
And Piner gets a very nice ring route. Gets a lot of boosts out of this run. He's going to be saving some time, I believe. And yeah, Viblosh with the wall bang, no spin out there. Very nice. And that looks like, I can't tell because the quality of the stream is a bit shaky, but we'll see. Is that a 2:15? Nice. Yeah, that was a 2:15.80. That's a pretty good time. Very nice. I'm sure Piner is happy with that.
2:15 is a very good time.
It is. Very, very nice. We sometimes see 2:13s from ID Geek, who is undoubtedly the best at this stage. He got a very high 2:12 in a race earlier in this tournament, which was actually the PC version world record. But yeah, 2:15 is pretty close to that, so that's nice. Viblosh with a 2:17. Differences in time in that stage. A lot of runners are really close together in that, because even like big mistakes in that stage don't tend to cost a lot of time. There's just a couple of tenths here and there. So yeah, Piner is now entering probably the most technically difficult tail stage. Lots of tight hovers.
This is where we get to abuse the pause hover, well, just being able to hover and jump higher than was normally intended. There's a lot of just jumps that we shouldn't have been able to do, ways we're able to go out of bounds, which is one of the things that Viblosh is doing, and he got a very nice clip through that corner.
Oh yeah, he got a nice corner clip.
Yeah, it's very easy for that wall to just drag you down into the wall. Into the sand.
You need to go right into the corner perfectly, or else you will lose a lot of height and take a sand bath, as we call it. Ooh, Piner getting stuck on the wall there a bit, but he's still fine. So he gets a 117 check. I've seen as low as 107s, but 117 is still fairly good.
Still on pace to get sub 2 for the stage.
Very cleanly gets through this out-of-bounds section here. It seems like Viblosh struggled a bit to get through that particular section. He's going to have to take the pots as a backup for missing that pause hover. Also bonks into the corner there. Piner with a 153. That's fairly good. Oh, Viblosh accidentally presses the A button and drops that pulley. So Piner's definitely going to be saving quite a bit of time over Viblosh and hidden base here. Piner's about to enter Pyramid Cave, a very technical Sonic stage. It's the Sonic stage. You get the bounce bracelet. You can super bounce, which is essentially if you have a lot of horizontal speed and then you bounce into a wall, all of that speed gets converted into vertical speed, and you go flying high. So he's going to be using that a lot. There's also a gravity bounce, where he can spin dash off of a sloped surface and then bounce to maintain his skewed gravity, which can help clear extremely large gaps.
So here he comes, getting ready to grab the bounce bracelet, and he'll immediately use it.
Yep, immediate super bounce right there as soon as you get it. He doesn't get the spring skip, which a lot of people have started implementing in runs. He gets a nice bounce onto that rail for the speed boost. It's a bit risky to do that because you can bounce through the rail. He's now going to attempt this door clip right here. Gets it first try. These tunnels are actually fairly difficult to optimize. There's a lot of just small things that can cause you to lose speed. It looks like a 105 checkpoint. That's fairly good. That's a fairly good pace.
Yeah, along with those tunnels, like even just that first tunnel, there can be about 3 seconds of difference between high-tier runners and newer runs.
Oh yeah. We can see top runners can get low 12 checkpoints, whereas beginners might get 14s in just coming out of the first tunnel. Alright, looks like Piner's taking this... Oh, he's going for the super bounce loop skip. And he's not going to go for the gravity bounce at the end, deciding instead to just play it safe. Could be
I think he was expecting a little bit more height from that first bounce.
Perhaps, yeah. Perhaps he just wasn't feeling the gravity bounce at the end, just didn't want to risk it.
Ooh, not grabbing the checkpoint, going into Snake Sip.
Yeah, missing that checkpoint is scary, because if he fails anywhere for the rest of the stage, that's a huge loss. It'll put him all the way back to the first checkpoint. So Viblosh better play it safe here. Okay, Death Chamber. I'm actually just gonna focus on Viblosh here, because if he dies, that's a huge loss. And he's gonna go for the gravity bounce at the end without that checkpoint. And he gets it. 143. Piner got a 140, so Viblosh still lost a few seconds to Piner there.
Let's see how Piner does with the RNG in this stage. This is going to be interesting for Viblosh if he's been rusty with Knuckles. Because it's very easy for this stage to just lose a lot of time.
Oh yeah. If you're rusty at Knuckles and you're entering Death Chamber, chances are you're gonna be bleeding time. But Piner definitely knows where his pieces are. He's definitely going in the right direction.
Viblosh got a good first piece.
Oh, what was his first piece? I didn't see.
White dot indicates blue.
Oh, that is a nice piece. It's in the blue room, which means you can do a death strat to have a very high chance of getting a red room second piece. Oh, yeah. Piner on his last piece here.
So let's see if Viblosh can get lucky with the death strats.
That's not particularly lucky. He's not checking the hint, which I personally recommend checking the hint right in front of you, and if you don't get anything good, you can jump into the little fire. He's definitely just repeatedly going to be hitting this until he gets something good. And he gets what looks to me like, yeah, where the bug used to be. You can definitely tell that piece apart from others by how long the red radar is flashing.
Yeah, that's why it's he might have been doing that because in like going for runs and PBs and such, as we go off of in-game time, it's actually not that big of a deal to just keep taking death strats. In a race, though, that's very easy to just lose a lot of time because when the game timer stops, your normal one doesn't.
You can certainly get some death pieces that are worth taking that don't give you radar. For example, Corner Light is a very nearby piece. Angry Guy is a very nearby piece. And you can get pieces in Core, things like Heart. Well, that's a rare piece, so probably not. Depends on your first. So you could get things like something in Core that you would want to take. Piner misses the King Boom Boo 1 cycle. Now they're tied up again because of that. Nearly tied up. Piner's still slightly ahead. Ooh, Viblosh tries to bait out an early bite to save some time, but misses it. That doesn't waste any time if you miss it in that particular way. But if you bait out an early bite, it will save 2 seconds. He might have been trying to go for Fireball Skip, which saves a lot of time. Piner definitely better not miss this again. That'll cost him a lot of time. This boss fight is very important to be able to get consistent 1 cycles in, because if you miss a 1 cycle, you have to restart the boss fight, which will lose a lot of time, like 30 seconds or more. So now Egg Golem. This boss is probably the hardest boss in the game, because we're going to be seeing super bounces. These are extremely tight super bounces. Piner starts off getting 2 of them in a row. He needs 3. He missed the 3rd. Viblosh still struggling with these super bounces. These are very hard super bounces to get. Your window for getting them is very small. Piner's just going to go up the back now. Probably a smart decision.
See if he lands in a good spot. That should be fine.
Now he's going to get a head smash hit, and he'll probably get a spin dash jump off of the arm. Oh, he doesn't go for it. I don't think I've seen him go for that recently. That would save him some time if he learned it.
Oh, he's going for the... No, not quite.
He tried getting an extra hit at the end. If you do that properly, you can start moving during the results screen. Viblosh is still struggling to get his first hit. That's going to cost him a lot of time. This boss is very hard. It's very easy to throw runs to it completely. So Eternal Engine is another cycle-based stage. There's a cycle very late on in the stage, about over a minute in. It doesn't cost too much time if you miss the first cycle, but I suppose he's not on pace for it right now. Although it is still possible to get the first cycle with a 24 checkpoint. This is not exactly a great start, so he might end up getting a second cycle.
Viblosh finishing up a golem.
Piner might need to use some risky strategies in order to still catch this cycle. Viblosh definitely finished Egg Golem now. There's a very shaky Egg Golem. It's gonna put him over a minute behind, it seems. About a minute behind.
Piner missed a bit of a pause hover there and was a little scary, but he was able to still save it.
And he gets a 107 check. With that quick kill, ooh, he's gonna need really tight pause hovers if he wants to make the first cycle here. And he's going for it, and he's not gonna make it. Not quite.
Really close.
That would have been really tough to make. He was very late for that cycle. And he misses the clip out.
There we go.
And he gets it second try. That clip out can be consistent if you know exactly the timing and the angle that you need to hold. It's a lot of people don't know this, but the timing in which you have to release your hover is extremely important. Ooh, a death.
Viblosh taking a death.
That death is actually fairly common. It wastes a lot of time to die there. It isn't very risky at all to be doing this rhythmic hovering Piner's doing, because you'll end up with a lot of height at the end.
If anything, it just makes the long flight a little bit less boring.
Exactly. I actually personally opt to drop way in advance, so that when I approach the goal ring, I'm already at a very low height, and I can just fly pretty much right into it. But I don't think many people go for that. Piner gets a 222. That's for a second cycle, and I think it was second clip out. It could have been a lot better. However, it is still fairly good that he was able to. He'll still definitely save time over Viblosh here because he didn't take a death. Looks like I don't know what cycle this is. Viblosh is on. Well, he died, so the cycles are all messed up. Ooh, the huge shutter on a steel tower. This piece is a bit annoying because you have to climb right back out of this area. His second piece is good, though. It's right in the middle. Very accessible to any other piece you might get. That's not the right small meteorite. It is the one behind the enemy. He finds it, though.
Let's see what the third piece ends up being. Behind
the star. Well, that's right at the top as soon as you take this rocket. So that's about average.
Let's see, Viblosh, is he gonna make this a little bit risky, or yeah?
He plays the ending fairly safe. Slows down his descent. Gets a 216 with a death, though, so he's still gonna lose a lot of time. What is well, I actually don't know the task time off of the top of my head. The world record is by Dej. And it is, the real time, if I recall correctly, is a 34:38. So this Rouge fight, he's probably gonna not collect a safety ring and just go right into this first hit. Yeah. He's not even collecting a safety ring after that. Ooh, he ends up with a really bad AI pattern. He's gonna reset. Oh, that's rough. Viblosh gets a very bad first piece. It can lead to a lot of bad second and third pieces. However, this isn't the worst second piece that he got. He doesn't know where it is. He's going in the wrong direction. This is in the huge storage area right on the back. He's not going in the right direction. He doesn't know where the piece is. Oh, that's going to cost him a lot of time.
Wonder how Piner's going to take on Crazy Gadget.
Piner does know CGSS as well as CGS. He could go for either of these. And he does not need CGSS to win this race right now. So he could opt... He might not know if he's ahead or behind, but I think he does know that the run he's on right now is not so bad. He might opt for CGS. We'll see. Viblosh still hasn't found that second piece. He's going directly towards it. He finally finds it. That's going to cost him a lot of time. Piner is going for CGS. He misses the first spin dash jump. I think he undercharged it. If I saw that right. He still has plenty of time. CGSS is maybe about 20 to 30 seconds faster than the regular Crazy Gadget skip. However, right now, Piner's got such a comfortable lead that this is going to be good enough for him to win. And also, we haven't seen the greatest consistency out of Viblosh for CGSS. Piner is using some sort of setup to hit the goal ring. Misses it. That's really unfortunate.
I believe he's using a setup that Viblosh made.
Maybe. That's certainly going to close the gap quite a bit. Ooh, he gets stuck in the bottom here. He now needs to be hit by that enemy to get a jump. He needs to collect a ring. There's no ring. He's soft locked. He has to die. Not exactly soft locked, but he needed to take a death there. There was nothing else he could have done to get out of that. Viblosh is now starting Crazy Gadget. He's probably going to go for CGSS. This stage will really determine who wins the race, it seems. Piner again getting stuck in the bottom there, having issues with Crazy Gadget skip.
Let's see what Viblosh does.
Viblosh is probably going for CGSS. He is. He does the box hover strat that I use. It's very easy to get out of bounds with this. We'll see if he hits the goal ring, though. He's very high, but he can still make it. Yeah, he's gonna hit the roof, and he's gonna hit the goal ring. Alright.
Did that? Nope.
Wait, did he miss?
Yep. Yep, he got it.
He got the results screen glitch. That's really fun.
I saw the fade to white.
That's a really funny glitch. That really only ever happens if you land on the roof like that. And Piner is going to also hit the goal ring. So this race is still fairly close. It's going to come down to FR and the final boss, Shadow 2.
Yeah, it's definitely not over until that boss is done. I've seen a lot of runners lose to that fight.
Piner does know a very consistent way to get 14-second egg golems here. We're probably going to be seeing that, and he might save quite a bit of time in this fight. Viblosh with the 20-second fight. He didn't die, so he's definitely going to have quite the comfortable lead. Piner's going for this AI manip here. He gets it. He gets the manip. He should be getting a 14-second egg golem. 14.
Nicely done.
Yeah, very nice.
Let's see how that bar skip goes for both of the runners.
I would recommend to any runners who might be watching this who don't use that AI manipulation for Eggman 2, learn it. It's really good. I just learned it today. Pretty easy.
Viblosh going for a little bit different of an angle than I usually see.
Yeah, that's definitely more of the old school angle he's using. we're gonna see if he has enough height at the end. Pioneer also going for the same old school angle, it seems.
He's
Maybe
adjusting a little bit.
Slightly lower angle there. Both of them could afford to use lower angles.
Usually try and line up that last ball into like right under the centiseconds.
This is a very close race, though.
That it is. Next couple of seconds, we should see about Viblosh. Yeah, it looks like he'll have plenty of height. Might have to mess around with the invisible wall a bit, but
yeah, it looks like
should be fine.
He might. Yeah, it looks like he might hit that invisible wall, but he should still be fine. He'll still hit the goal ring. Finish with the 124. Fairly good time. Pioneer's now coming up to the end of the stage as well. So it's gonna come down to Shadow 2. If Viblosh can secure a 16-second Shadow 2 fight and not throw it to the final boss, he's definitely going to secure this win. But it was a good race between them.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the Pioneer throwing it and Crazy Catch It really cost him the run. He had quite the lead before that.
No problem.
First hit's good.
First hit, second hit.
Looks like he's got a good rhythm going.
Yeah, he's definitely got the rhythm down.
Ooh.
Oh, he goes early, goes for a
Yeah.
bounce, and a
he
second
got it.
bounce, and that's the race.
41-20 from Viblosh. Pioneer.
Pioneer goes a little bit early for that third hit and doesn't wait for him to touch the ground first. You really need to wait for Shadow to touch the ground before you can start your next chain of homing attacks, because that ensures that he'll jump into the air. Oh, gets a little bit early on that last homing attack.
Gonna go ahead and run forward just to make sure he doesn't fall off the platform.
Ooh, he gets a ricochet off the back of Shadow. Always hate it when that happens. Oh, what the heck?
Where did Shadow go on that one? At least he got the hit. That was...
Shadow decided to commit suicide off to the left side. But he still got the hit and finished it. Oh my gosh, that was sketchy.
That was a good race from both of them.
Definitely a good race. Very close. Very exciting. It really could have been anyone's game, that whole entire run. Pioneer definitely saved a lot of time over Viblosh and Knuckles. However, Viblosh did get that first try CGSS, and that really is what turned the tables. Getting first try CGSS is a huge advantage.
We'll have to see what practice Viblosh gets in before the next races he has.
Yeah, definitely the best type of practice Viblosh could benefit right now would be to maybe do a Knuckles Centurion, do just 100 Knuckles stages, just de-rust at that, because that's he definitely lost possibly minutes to Knuckles. Definitely minutes. So yeah, very good race though. Closer than I expected.
See what the schedule is.
I do believe the next race is in quite a while, so no more races tonight. The leaderboard for this game, I'll link it.
Yeah, I believe that the next race will be at 9 a.m. between myself and Tommy Easy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's at 9 a.m., right?
Yep.
Is it? Oh, so that's not too far away. I will be asleep then.
I should probably be asleep, but...
Alright, so yeah, I'm Jazz Speedruns.
And I'm Daisuke.
Yeah, so thanks for watching, everyone. See you later.